Okay, good evening. We are back from executive session. Mr. Romano, please take roll.
Mr. Patton.
Present?
Mr. Chumley.
Present.
Mr. Rudy.
Present.
Ms. Sanborn.
Present.
Mrs. Spencer.
Present.
All present.
Thank you. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next up is the motion to adopt the agenda. Would someone like to make a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Rudy, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Sanborn, thank you. Is there any discussion? Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Rudy.
Yes.
Ms. Sanborn.
Yes.
Mrs. Spencer.
Yes.
Mr. Patton.
Yes.
Mr. Chumley.
Yes.
5 yes.
Thank you. Next up is recognition. Josh?
Good evening. I'd like to invite Kevin Muscara to the front of the room for tonight's board recognition. West Clermont is proud to recognize Kevin Muscara, computer technician at West Clermont Middle School. This past spring, Mr. Muscara presented professional development to educational technology leaders from across Ohio. During this session, he shared his Resource Status Monitor, a tool he developed that provides tech staff with early warning signs of potential outages affecting cloud-based educational resources. I'm told by Mr. Parise it was standing room afterwards to come up and meet with him and talk to him about his development, so pretty cool. Mr. Muscara's innovation and willingness to share his expertise not only benefits West Clermont, but also supports school districts across the state. Thank you, Mr. Muscara, for your leadership and dedication to our students.
Congratulations.
Next up is public speaking. One of the things I want to highlight again is that for our board, we do want community participation. One of the things that we've done, and this board is we've actually added a second public participation. The first public participation would be anything that would be related to the consent agenda. So if anybody wanted to speak about anything that's specific to the consent agenda. And then the last public speaking would be anything to do with anything, if anybody wants to come up and speak. So next up would be the public speaking for the consent agenda piece of it. I'm told that we have no cards, so moving on to the consent agenda. First is Josh.
Good evening. In front of you is the personnel agenda for Monday, August 3rd. We have one retiree to recognize on the agenda tonight. I'd like to recognize Donna Sparky, who is retiring after 30 years of dedicated service to West Clermont. Donna most recently served as our health clinic assistant at Clough Pike Elementary. Do you have any questions regarding the personnel agenda at this time?
Thank you. Next up is Mr. LaFata.
Good evening. I'm here for two things. One is a urgent necessity resolution for the rooftop units at the middle school. Am I in the wrong one?
Bus routes.
Bus routes first.
Let's start with
routes.
Bus routes
We're
first.
supposed to be doing
What?
bus routes.
Bus routes. You're ahead of the game.
Okay. I have a statement to read on that. Sorry, my bad. This resolution represents students who have requested transportation to a non-public community school, and West Clermont has determined transportation to be impractical for the 2026-27 school year. In accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 3327.02, each request was reviewed based upon several factors, including time, distance, number of students, cost, impact on existing routes, and available transportation options. Transportation requests will continue to be reviewed as they are received, and additional students may be brought to the board for your approval.
I just want to make sure we're on the right we're on the right one. The first part that we're doing is the bus routes, and then we have under the superintendent the impractical.
Okay, I've
So-
given you two.
I just,
We're not there yet, Chuck.
I know,
Yes.
bear with us, we're all getting back into the swing of things. I know it was a struggle for me when I was like, oh, I got a meeting today. So again, I just want to make sure that I'm on the same page. We're doing bus routes,
Bus routes.
which would
I'm
be the,
totally on the wrong page, excuse me.
okay, that's no worries,
What I
we'll
want
get
to
it.
talk to you about are bus routes.
So bus routes, the next,
What you have before you are the proposed factual bus routes for West Clermont District that you can vote on tonight.
okay. Thank you, Mr.
And
Lafata.
then we'll call you back up for the other two.
I don't know if you need to.
Sit back down, get it all together, we'll get it. Okay,
We love
Mr.
you, Chuck.
Romano. It's you, Mr. Romano.
How do I follow that? Okay, 7.03 is the request for approval of the minutes. Those for the minutes of the July 9th board meeting as a regular session. Item 7.04 is request for authorization for the superintendent and treasurer to negotiate contracts as presented. There is one, that's for Johnson Controls, and that's for the maintenance with our HVAC. Item 7.05 is a request for approval of the financial statements, the bills paid list, the investments for June of 2026 as presented. So the consent agenda is items 7.01 through 7.05 as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Romano. You've heard the recommendation. Would someone like to make a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Rudy, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Chumley, thank you. Is there any discussion? Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Rudy?
Yes.
Mr. Chumley? Yes. Ms. Sanborn?
Yes.
Mrs. Spencer?
Yes.
Mr. Patton?
Yes.
5 yes. Thank you.
Okay. Now we're up to superintendent's business. Mr. Lafata. This is like the first time I'm hearing
Middle
this.
school
Let's hear it.
HVAC. Middle school HVAC.
HVAC.
Okay. There's a resolution before you for urgent necessity to replace two large, very large rooftop units at the middle school. I text Dr. Foltz and Dan Friday, there's good news and bad news. The good news is they've lasted since 1997. The bad news is they're done. They stopped working. These two units were on the, if you remember, Randy and I brought to you an architect's assessment probably a year ago. And these two units were highlighted on the architect's assessment that they are end of life. So we knew that at any given time, they could go. Unfortunately, they both stopped working last week. So we need the urgent necessity resolution so that we can go ahead and order them because school starts. The solution for no AC will be temporary AC units provided by the company we're dealing with. There'll be internal AC units in the halls, in the hallways and the rooms. And they'll provide adequate AC while we're waiting for installation of the new units. I do not have a timeline for delivery of those units. I'll find out hopefully this week, and I'll let Dr. Foltz and Dan, and they'll let you know the timeline. Installation will be a little dicey because one is a 12.5 ton unit, so could require a crane, maybe, maybe not. We just have to see. There are some zoning considerations. The company we're dealing with will take care of all zoning and permits. Not zoning, I'm sorry, permits. So we're fine.
Are there only two HVAC units on the entire
No,
building?
no, ma'am. There are maybe 12. If you remember, a couple years ago, we had a small fire in one. That is a new unit. That was replaced. That's brand new. These two would be brand new. So Dan asked me, and I did ask the HVAC company to give us an assessment of the other 1997 and 80 vintage ones to give us which ones, or let us know which ones we should probably be addressing this fall as well, just to see where they are in the shape they're in. So I'll probably have more for you on that at another board meeting. Any questions
And
on
just
that?
to be clear, we're going to put a temporary air conditioning plan in place so that kids, when they come to school,
Yes.
they'll have air conditioning.
I met today with the HVAC contractor, and they have portable, I've not seen it, but they have portable in-room and in-hallway units that they'll provide no charge for us. If the area is so large, we need additional, we may have to rent them. And we'll negotiate a price for rental of these units. The 2 units I mentioned provide the bulk of the AC for the middle school, with the exception of the rooms with window units.
So
So,
our teachers will have air when they first day of
Yes,
school,
sir.
and our
Yes,
kids
they
will have
will.
air when they come
Yes.
to school.
yeah, we should be fine. Any questions?
Okay, thank you. You've heard the recommendation. Would someone like to make a motion? Mr. Rudy, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Spencer, thank you. Is there any discussion? Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Rudy.
Yes.
Mrs. Spencer.
Yes.
Mr. Patton.
Yes.
Mr. Chumley. Yes. Ms. Sanborn.
Yes.
5 yes.
Do you think any of these other units that are still there are going to give us any issues before school starts?
I do. There's one in particular over the 6th grade wing, which it was identified last year. We had to put a new small motor in it and some belts, but it's not doing well today when they were actually on the roof and I met with a guy. So we'll see. You'll see. It's not nearly as large as the two that we're replacing now, though, so the cost will be somewhat less.
So could we also get that repaired or replaced while they're up on top of the roof?
Probably.
Is that a possibility?
If it truly is at the end of life, that's our goal, yes.
Okay.
And I've already talked to both
Same.
Dr. Foltz and Dan about that, yes.
So the 2 things is, one is, the funding for this is coming out of the Permanent Improvement Fund. So if you recall, last year, we had SHP do district-wide assessment of the facilities and the equipment. And actually, those units, I believe, were on a priority list.
They were.
Yeah.
They were.
Okay, and so that's why excess funds that, if were available in the PI fund, are set aside for emergencies like this. Okay, that is there. And I think exactly what Mr. LaFata is doing fits in right with what you're asking, is as this came up, what other things do we need to be concerned about? And they're exploring that too.
Last year, or a year and a half ago, when we did our facilities plan, and then last year when we made the presentation to you about that, we were trying to get ahead of the curve and identify where the trouble could be. And we found it, of course. It's just, again, it's unfortunate they both went out at the same time. But Mr. Romano had provided funds in anticipation of this happening.
The fact is that this is our reality, because the
Yes.
building is a very old building, whether it's the roof, whether it's the heating, whether it's the air condition, whether it's hot water heat, this is our reality, and so,
Well, they're 1997 units, so the district did get their money's worth out of it.
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, for a long time.
What's the typical lifespan for one of those?
Well, I don't know, to be honest, but last year, a year and a half ago, these were deemed end of life because of their age. And they run constantly, there's fans, so, and there's compressors inside which just cannot keep up, and that's what happens.
So what you're saying is, some of these air conditioners are older than the teachers that will be teaching in that.
Correct,
Just to be clear.
correct. It's a good way of putting it. Now, here's a caveat, the 12-ton unit could have been repaired, but it would have been foolish. I would have been embarrassed to come to you and ask for money to repair a 1997 unit.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Rudy.
Yes.
Ms. Sanborn.
Yes.
Mrs. Spencer.
Yes.
Mr. Patton.
Yes.
Mr. Chumley.
Yes.
5 yes.
All right, a few comments. Today, this past Saturday, we had the Stay in the Game Palooza Back to School Bash. It's at the West Clermont High School from 9 to 1 or 1:30, I can't remember, I think it was 1:30.
1:30.
Thanks. We had over 700 families and nearly 1,500 students attend across Clermont County. The comma matters, where you put the comma matters. Through donations, we were able to help these families and children with much needed school supplies, resources, and encouragement that they needed to be successful. I had many parents come up, and they've never been a part of something like this before, and they were very thankful of our generosity and our commitment to the community. Mrs. Sanborn and Mrs. Spencer donated some time and some resources and supplies for them, so they were there as well. I'd also like to thank our volunteers. We distributed backpacks, we directing guests, supporting our activity areas, all the things that we needed. The high school football team, boys were very supportive. They were everywhere, breaking down boxes to moving things around. They were looking, just give me something to do. It was amazing. Great partner, community partner turnout. I had talked to a lot of them as well, and they were very appreciative of us giving our space and our time to help support Clermont County families in need, and we were very happy to do that. So that went really well. I want to remind everyone that the National Nights Out are this week. So tomorrow it is a Batavia Township National Night Out from 6 to 9 p.m. at Batavia Township Park, or more commonly referred to as Humvee Park. That Wednesday, it's Pierce Township National Night Out. That's going to be at Locust Corners Park from 6 to 9 p.m. And finally, on Thursday, Union Township National Night Out is 6 to 9 p.m. at Veterans Park, or the Helicopter Park, as we like to call it. So, being August 3rd, can we believe that it's time to come back? New teacher orientation starts tomorrow. So for the next 3 days, we will be orientating new teachers into West Clermont. We have 38 teachers in 3 school psychs this year, roughly 7%, so that's not a bad rate that we've had in the past. We've had it in the teens. I think when I started in HR, we were at 16 or 17% turnover. So we're excited about bringing the new ones along. They'll be getting their technology and account set up. They'll be, teaching and learning will be working with them on curriculum. WCEA is going to be there, I think, tomorrow with lunch and some information with them. They're going to be connecting with their mentors at some point, spending time with their administrators at their schools. So we're really excited about getting them started for the next school year. Finally, I want to talk about probably 2 weeks ago, our summer communications went out, was mailed to the entire community. Great feedback from a lot of people, happy to see what we're doing. There were a few people who I received an email back saying, this is just another example of wasteful spending of taxpayer dollars. And so I wanted to take a moment to remind everyone that we are a public organization that accepts tax dollars, and that's what we do. So part of being fiscally responsible for those tax dollars is being transparent. And so things like this tell our community all the great things that we do with their taxpayer dollars. We put it out, we talk about it here at the board meeting, we put it on our websites, we put it on our social media. But quite honestly, if you're a community member that isn't connected to any of the schools, you don't have a child or a grandchild, and you're not actively looking, you don't really get to hear all the great things that our teachers and our staff do for our kids. And so one of the very few ways that we can reach that part of our community that isn't initially invested is to send them things home. So although it's not that expensive to send home, I think it's important that we reach out to those parts of our community and say, look at how well your tax dollars are working to make our schools better, our families better, and our community better. So I appreciate everyone taking a look at that and celebrating the great things that we do.
We have to remember that not everybody uses the internet,
Yep.
especially the older people.
So,
Well, if I'm not mistaken too, I think we limited.
Yes.
We did, I was gonna say, so we
we cut it in half.
cut it
We
in
were-
half
Yeah, we cut in
from
half
what
what
we were
sent home.
doing. So again, we're hearing people, and
Yeah.
so but we still do need to
Try to
get
listen.
the information out. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Ms. Spencer?
I said we try to listen when they say things, and
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
be responsible,
So
but I agree.
We
Yeah.
went from 4 times a year to 2, so we reduced it even there.
Yeah.
But there is something valued in letting our community know
Yeah.
how we're responsibly using their tax dollars to help our kids. So that's all that I have today.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Foltz. Next up is treasurer's business.
Okay, thank you. So there is one additional resolution that I have. I will read what the recommendation is. The board approved the resolution to authorize to refinance Series 2015 lease revenues bonds as presented. The title of that resolution is probably one of the longest ones that we have seen in a while, probably longer than most resolutions, just in the title. But what that is doing is requesting authority if it should arise where interest rates are favorable enough for us to refinance that debt. And that debt, which is lease purchase, certificates of participation for the high school, if the rates come down to the point where we need them, we can go ahead and issue bonds or debt to refinance that, okay? So this isn't a resolution that is doing it, it's the resolution that authorizes us to pursue that and to put things in place. We'll also come back to the board when that happens for doing it. So a month ago, rates were a little different and it was favorable. They've changed a little bit, but within the next 60 or so days, 90 days, if they do come into play, that does give us the authority to pursue that and make sure we refund that debt. The resolution back in June or July was for the bonds that were in the bond retirement fund. That would, in essence, have the ability to help reduce millage in the bond retirement fund. We're at 1 mil right now. That could possibly have an impact of reducing that. With the request for this resolution, what this in essence would do would help free up funds for the permanent improvement fund. So this debt right now is being covered through the permanent improvement fund, excuse me, primarily through our inside millage, which was moved over there. So if we do refund this, reducing our debt payments, that would help free up more funds for things like what Mr. LaFata had just talked about. If the air conditioners go bad or other major infrastructure we have problem with, that frees up funds for those things, okay? So we will pursue that, but we will only execute on it if it's favorable to us. So recommendation is to approve the resolution to authorize to refinance Series 2015 lease revenue bonds as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Romano. You've heard the recommendation. Would someone like to make a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Rudy, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Spencer, thank you. Is there any discussion? Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Rudy?
Yes.
Mrs. Spencer?
Yes.
Mr. Patton?
Yes.
Mr. Chumley?
Yes.
Ms. Sanborn?
Yes.
5 yes. Thank you. Okay, on my comments, just two. One is on the August 17th meeting, we will bring the annual forecast. As you will recall, legislation last year changed the dates of the forecast from a May and November to a February and August time period that's presented twice a year. So we will have that presented to the board at the August 17th meeting. The second thing is the work of the county auditor's office and the county treasurer's office. We were appreciative that although there was a lot of delays in calculating the second half tax bills, they did get those out. We did receive our first advance of those, of that tax settlement last week. It was not nearly what we had received in the past. One of the things that's come up, I've talked to some board members, this year is a reappraisal year. So not a lot, but the taxpayers, homeowners, property owners should have received in the mail, okay, the auditor's kind of first run of what that reappraisal value would be. Unlike the last reappraisal, which was in 2023, okay, where when valuations went up, because the district was at the 20 mil floor, we did receive additional funding. There was an increase in taxes. That is different this year because of the property tax laws changes that took place at the end of 2025. We are not at the 20 mil floor any longer. The emergency levies, which were outside that 20 mil floor, are now included, which brought us off the floor. So as valuations go up, the rates will go down, and we in essence will receive similar funding that we had in the past, with the exception of that clawback, the other property value reduction. That we're still waiting to finalize those numbers, but we do know it is, plus or minus $7 million a year that we will be losing as we go forward. So yep, did valuations go up? They did, but because we're off the floor, House Bill 920 comes in, rates go down so that the taxpayers should not see an increase in their bill, in their tax liability. They will see an increase in their bill because this year they received credits for the last 3 years when the valuation was up. So the total for this year's bill did go down because it was giving them funds back from from this year and the last 2 years. So although what I'm saying is very confusing, it is even more confusing to the taxpayer whose bill in January is completely different than it is now in August or July, and will that again be different in January, okay, or when it comes out in December or January with it. So it is confusing, to say the least, but when they look into it, they will see that their taxes over time did go down. Even though their valuations went up, there's mechanisms in place that their tax bill will not go up because of that valuation, okay? So hopefully that word gets out, because that is very confusing, and a lot of people just remember that, hey, 3 years ago, my valuation went up and my bill went up substantially. That's a different story this year. Okay?
That's good.
That is all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Romano. Next up is board comments, starting with Ms. Spencer.
Well, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I know it's still summer for most everybody, and I was rushing around trying to get here on time too. Everybody's busy during the summer. But I just want to piggyback kind of on what David was talking about, I'm not sure what it's called, the Palooza?
Yeah, back to school, Palooza Bash, stay
Okay,
in the
Palooza
game.
Bash. Tina and I set up, and it was wonderful. It was very super organized. We had lots of volunteers. A lot of the young men were helping us carry a lot of stuff in, and we saw a lot of families taking advantage of a lot of the opportunities. A lot of church community members were there, and I said it's kind of heartwarming to see people willing to sacrifice their Saturday just to be there to help, and then to see all the donations and the amount of resources that people were willing to help some of the families. And it was very, very exciting to see that people still, there's a lot of really good people, and there's a lot of really good stuff happening in West Clermont. So, and I thank Dan for explaining the evaluation, because I got a lot of phone calls this week about the little card that we got that said our values went up and now our taxes are going to go up. But that's good. Hopefully they won't go up, and we will still be okay financially. But Dan helps me understand it, and that way I can pass it along. And if you guys do have any questions about it, Dan is very, very good and available to help you understand it. Yeah. But thanks again for being here, and we wish everybody a good start of the new year. We won't be back until after school starts this time, so it's coming right up really very quickly. So that's all I got to say.
Thank you. Ms. Sanborn?
Thank everyone for their thoughts and prayers while I was in the hospital. I really appreciate it. The doctors and the team really did amazing work, and I'm very thankful for all their help in getting me to where I am now, and I'm very appreciative. The second thing, the Palooza, I had a really good time. There was a lot of families there. I ran out of supplies at 10:15. In my mind, it was 2 hours. So I said, 300 headphones, 150 for the first hour, 150 for the second hour. Oh, no. I was out at 10:15, out of everything. And so then we went and asked Hope Gill, we said, hey, can you bring us something else to hand out? We want to still, participate. She went and bought us colored pencils and pencil sharpeners. So it was fun. It was a fun day. It was really fun. And then I told some families that, hey, you can go in and get some shoes and school stuff for school, shirts and things. They're like, where's that? And I said, it's in the cafeteria. And they were so excited to get through the line so they could go get new shoes and stuff to wear for school. In my mail tonight, I got the little postcard. It says the 2026 Clermont County Reappraisal Notice. The Clermont County Auditor's Office has completed the 2026 reappraisal for all the real property as required by law, by Ohio law. The state of Ohio mandates the changes of the property values to reflect current market trends from recent sales activity. Your 2026 property value is now available for review online at theclermontauditor.org. Final values will be used to calculate your 2026 property taxes due in 2027. So it gives the website reappraisal at clermontcountyohio.gov, and there's a little QR code on this postcard that you just click on with your phone, and you can go in and see what your value of your taxes are going to be. I'm glad everybody's back. Thanks for coming tonight. It's going to be a phenomenal year. I just hope that everything starts out well and we finish on a high note. And I'm very thankful to be here tonight. Thank you.
Ms. Sanborn? Mr. Rudy?
2 things. I hope you savor these last few days of freedom. I know you've got a lot to to get ready for the school year. I'm kind of sad not to be in that boat this year, but retirement's great. And good luck, have a great school year.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chapman?
Yeah, thank you all for being out. Thank Kevin for coming, and it's great seeing one of the many geniuses that we have here. I hope everyone's had a good summer and is ready for school. I got some rowdy kids to get home to and wrangle it. I'm trying to get back on a regular bedtime schedule, so, yeah, let's go.
Okay, thank you. First and foremost, before I forget, our next board meeting is August the 17th, 2026, here at the Civic Center at 7 p.m. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend the event on Saturday. I had a conflict in scheduling, but I did hear wonderful things. Much like our district, you guys never cease to amaze me. So from whether it's our IT, to whether it's Hope, who's presenting and doing these different events, whether it's a Christmas event, the district never ceases to amaze me. And for that, I appreciate everything that everybody does to keep our district moving in the right direction. And that's all that I have. And again, good luck on the start of the school year. We start next week, so I gotta get back to my sleep schedule as well. So that's all that I got. Again, we have no public participation. This is the second half. This is where anybody, if they want to speak about anything that we've talked about, whether it's today, whether it's something in the past, this would be the opportunity that they would be allowed to speak. So again, just to highlight that transparency piece, we've actually added an additional public participation piece to our board agenda so that we can give an opportunity for the public to speak and voice their concerns or their questions. So at that point, that is it. Would someone like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Mr. Rudy, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Spencer, thank you. Won't fight over it. I'm assuming no discussion. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Rudy?
Yes.
Mrs. Spencer?
Yes.
Mr. Patton?
Yes.
Mr. Chumley?
Yes.
Ms. Sanborn?
Yes.
5 yes to adjourn.